Hello, welcome to Maria's Ideas Teaches Us to Paint. This is the 10-minute video that goes along with the show that is on BPTV, Bethel Park Cable TV, in December of 2023, and then also on my YouTube and their YouTube. My YouTube is Maria's Ideas Art, and you can go there and check out each monthly design, the sketches, and also the shows. We have special guests oftentimes. I design each painting to often kind of go along with our interests of our guests. So I do co-produce and co-host the show with my friend Alan Levine, and we're happy to have you. We did win also an award through the Greater Pittsburgh Community Media Awards for our show, Best Series. So thank you so much for everyone who's been watching. So let's get started, and this is just to draw. The other episode where our show teaches you how to paint, you can click on that as well. All right, so what we usually do is work on 11 by 14 canvas panels. You can use a canvas, you can use any size you choose. Just divide the canvas into parts, and I'll show you here. I just drew a rough line here, and I divided the canvas in this image, I should say, into half each direction, and then half again. So we have 16 different rectangles, and that will help you lay in the design if you don't feel comfortable doing it freehand. So you can just you can get a tape measure or ruler out if you choose, that's fine. I'm just kind of eyeballing it here, and I'm using a watercolor pencil. If you use watercolor pencil, it will reactivate as it gets wet and then just kind of blend right back into your painting. If you use a regular graphite pencil, that's fine. Just try to do it very lightly so that you don't see that through your paint. And then I'm going to do this a little bit darker just so it shows up well. So I would do just a little line here. Like I said, you can use a ruler. You can just eyeball it like I'm doing here. It doesn't have to be exact. This is just to give us an idea of where everything is positioned. So on my design here, I have, let's see, so the finished piece, you saw that at the beginning, and we are going to lay in the bird first because the bird is the focal point. The rest of it can kind of play off of where he's going to be. You may want to make your bird smaller or larger or whatever, that's fine too. So most things that you draw, you just pick out different shapes. There you can see there's an oval here, a circle here, a triangle, and that's pretty much all we're going to do just to get the bird here. So I know his head is, when I divided the design, his head is somewhere right in here. So I'm just going to make a circle right here, very lightly. Like I said, I'm going to do it a little bit darker so it shows up for you. And then we'll put a little, that's his little crest on top of his head. Okay, a little triangle. It's a little bit shorter on this side. And then come in like this. And their beaks are very bright orange, cone-shaped beak. And then we're going to come down like this for under the beak, and let's see, we'll come right about here. Nice big beautiful dark eyes, and then they have the dark mask. The male has the mask, not the female. The female is more neutral tones, I would assume, to blend in with nature since she's usually guarding the nest. So there already we have the little cardinal here, all right, with his mask. So for the body, we want his little breast to come out. He's puffing up. It's cold outside. It's in the winter time. So if I do an oval, which comes about almost over to this next line again. So this should give me a nice shape. You can see here. And then it's kind of like connect the dots without the dots. So we're going to connect here and come down and bring that little wing out beyond this line. We're coming over here. You can see his little belly is taking shape, and they really do puff up when they're cold. So you can make them as poofy as you want. And then his little wings here. Okay, he might be a little bit too puffy, but we can fix that when we paint it. And then the tail feathers come down like a little, kind of like a little scissor shape. And that's it. And then we will add the feet whenever we paint. So there's your bird. And of course, all of these lines will go away whenever you paint. So there's your cardinal. And then for the background, I would put we have a little bit of a suggestion here of forest, green, hills, whatever in the background. We just don't want to line that up with the beak. So let's go a little bit above. That's why I said it's better to do the bird first, and then we could adjust the background. So I'm going to come up a little higher here and then continue just a little shape like that. So that's going to be that background area. And then somewhere about under the belly of the bird, I'm just going to just create something like that. So this is all the trees in the background, and this is the middle ground, foreground down in here. Now the branch that the cardinal is sitting on is coming, his little feet are going to come out like this. This one you'll see coming like this with the little toes. This one will be behind his body. So that kind of determines where this branch is going to be. So let's do something like this. You can add as many little limbs or branches as you choose. I'm just going to come up here, and then and then his tail is behind the branch. Okay, so there we have, this would be painted in. That would be the branch here. Now you could see this line was just for our grid. This is the line where the distant trees will stop. We want to make sure that this comes and crosses over into that tree area, and then some branches and twigs on this also cross over in this foreground, middle ground area. And what that does is it helps our eyes see the bird as that he's in the foreground and not part of that background, because it crosses over. So this would all be the trees, all of that. Okay, so there you have the drawing. And then the trees that were in the background here, these two, we're just going to lay those in after we paint the background. If you watch the episode, you will see how we do that. So we're good. Just going to, I wouldn't even draw these in. You can if you choose, but we have to paint that all first. So I wouldn't even worry about drawing those. So that is your visitor, the cardinal, beautiful male northern cardinal. So if you watch the episode 12, you'll be able to see how to paint this and the paints and the colors that we use, and we will be coming to you with some new shows next year. We already have many of our guests lined up, so we look forward to see you in 2024. Okay, thanks.